What is up? We are at the deer property again. We're going to do a update on the food plot, how it's looking. We're at week 3 after we planted the Whitetail Select Brassica Blast and the AMAX. And we got to do some work on the blind. And then I want to do some trimming, some tree trimming in a couple spots. And the biggest thing is the blind. The blind has a pretty bad roof leak, which has caused mold to be in there. So today's plan is to get up on the roof, seal it. I bought some sealer. Next year we're going to replace the roof on it. I don't want to be out here replacing the roof to this close to season. I don't even want to be out here right now, but the summer got away from us. It's been super busy with the new laser engraver machine. We're doing all the patches, doing patch all over the country. Over 800 hats we've done in what, 3 months I think we've had this machine. So it's keeping us busy. We love it. It's what's helping keep this channel up and going. New equipment we're getting for it. We got a lot of new products coming, and stay tuned for it all. But let's get after it. So we're up in the blind, obviously, and so the big thing, we have a pretty bad roof leak towards the back. And when I put this roof on, again, I'm not a builder by any means. So when I did this, I was like, oh, I'll leave a little bit of a overhang over the front, right? Well, not taking into consideration after I screwed it down and everything. It was a long day. I was frustrated. I think everybody's been in that point, building something, and you're like, shit. Put a little too far forward. So what's happening is water is coming down the backside here, and I'll show you that. Take it over there. So water is coming down the backside here because it's not far enough back. So what we're going to do is we're going to unscrew the roof, slide it back. I got to move all those little kicks right there. Would be like on the soffit, right? We got to do that, and then hopefully that will fix the leak back there, because it also leaks a little bit right there. You can see there's I did that black Flex Seal stuff. I'm sorry, doesn't work because it was super dry that day when I put the stuff on, and it just didn't work. So it within I think a few months it was already leaking again. So, and I put it on there thick. Something that's frustrating sometimes is why would I use 2 different types of screws on a building? Typically I use T20s, T25 Torx, which are the best, honestly. I feel for deck boards and stuff like that, because they're less apt to strip out a Phillips. Going to try to take the shelf down right here, and for some reason I did Phillips on that one, and or regular, whatever you call it. No, regular would be a flathead, right? I don't remember. Torx is life for building, for anything I've ever done. But thank God I still had one in my truck for some reason. I was like, oh my God, I'm just gonna tear this thing down. Got a chainsaw out there, I'll cut it down. But yeah, anyways, let's get back to it. Stink bugs. This place, I don't know what it is about this place, but it is loaded full of stink bugs. Them things reek. All right, let's get back to pulling all the screws out that hold the roof down. When I do this the next time, or when I go to move it, I'm gonna try to lift it up, and then I'm gonna put some sealer on the ledges there, so that it'll seal it up nice and hopefully somewhat watertight until we get the new roof done this year. I really want to insulate this thing this year too, because it's stuff I can do while I'm in the inside, so I'm not, out banging and everything like that. So we'll see. I mean, every time we've came out here, the next night, or that same night, I'm sorry, deer are out in the food plot. So I don't really think it's that big of a deal, as long as we're not out in the woods, stomping around, putting our scent out there and whatnot. something's still holding somewhere. Something's still holding somewhere, and I can't figure out where. So we might have to go grab the hammer. Oh, hammer's right here. Let's see if we can figure out what the hell is going on here. All right, so the roof is stuck.
Freaking out. Don't freak out. Don't freak out. Easy fix. Puzzle code in my head. Now it's on the walls. Everything is good.
Stuck. I got all the screws out. I've went around multiple times, checked for screws, and I had to punch out the blockers up there I made, and notice I silicone everything. Well, now remembering on the outside edge here, because I didn't make this wider than the side of it of the blind, I siliconed it all really good with that really good stuff. So what do when stuff's just not lifting up? I can't get up on the roof. I do have a ladder down there somewhere, and I'm not going to do it by myself just because it is the height and everything. I mean, I could create a contraption or whatever, but I'm out here by myself. If I had Logan or somebody else out here to help, I would definitely just climb up on the roof and cut it because I have the blade to do it. But what you do when you have a truck here, you have a bottle jack. So all I got to do is create something to help lift the roof off with the bottle jack. It'll lift it right off. Basically all I got to do is enough just to break that silicone barrier, and then whenever I have another person, Logan might come out today. If he does, then I'm gonna get up on the roof and I'm gonna reseal everything. But today I just wanna get the roof moved back because I just love working on stuff. So let's get after it. All right, adapt and overcome. Improvise, adapt, and overcome. Just gotta be creative sometimes, you know what I mean? When you're by yourself and you don't got all the tools out here, you just make things work. So I screwed this board in here to hold up here. It's not the prettiest, I don't care, it doesn't need to be pretty. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this here and we're gonna jack this up, and it should be enough to break that seal there. So let's see if it fails and look like an idiot. So either way, we're getting her done today. All right, let's see if this works. We've got lift, fam. Looks like we've got lift all over the place. Even right here, you can actually, I don't know if you guys can see in the camera there, but that silicone there, that's what we're trying to defeat right now. That stuff is stretched as thin as all of our wallets right now in this economy. Look at that, that is a lot. Listen, I didn't want it to leak, all right? And it still did. It didn't leak on the sides, it really didn't. It was just on the back side here where that crack in the ceiling was, because I'm just not a builder. I'm gonna say that a million times. Well, we've got it, but she's still got a lot to go here towards the back. This stuff just doesn't want to give up. But you can see I put a lot of it on there. We're gonna have to probably go over and do the other side as well. We might just be able to pry it up now because I just realized I do have a pry bar here. What a maroon. So what I did is we raised this up. We're on the other side here now. And I put a 2x4, so we're gonna lower back down on it. And there's still a little bit of silicone there, whatever the hell I used on the sides here. You can see them stretch, but still some of the back. So when I lay it down on this 2x4, then I'm gonna be able to pull on this side down and it should break the rest of that silicone. So just hope that works. Let's give her a go. And we did it. Let's go. What were you trying to say there, Stink Bug? Oh, he said you guys should go ahead and subscribe. He said it. I didn't say it. All right, what's next is I gotta go grab my tape measure out of the truck. Never come prepared. I pray that it's still in my truck. It still should be. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna slide the roof back so that the seam that we have here, you see where that's it right there, there's a seam there. That's where we've been getting a leak at. So I'm gonna get that behind there. So there's still be an overhang on the front here. The only issue I didn't think about, it's not really even an issue, it's just I'm gonna have to run back home. It's only 15 minutes away. And bring a generator saw and some 2x4s out here, and we're gonna put some new ends in here. But I want to get this thing done, sealed up, and ready for the season. So let's get it. We got her loose. The only bad thing about these jacks is they're a pain in the butt to put back down. So they're really not designed to be using for stuff like this, but I mean, if they can lift a car, I mean, we can lift anything we want, right? But no, I got it already pushed it back. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go grab a tape measure and make sure that it's where I want to be. I already have that one crack where we've been having the water leak issue. That's gone. It's outside of the building. We're going to make sure she's squared up, screw her back down, put the headers up in the front again, or the blocks up there, and get her screwed back down, and then run to the house. And I'm just gonna measure here, if the tape measure's here, measure here, and then cut the blocks and then come back, number them, whatever it gotta be, and then do that. It'd be so much easier than having to load up the generator, the saw, all that stuff, just to cut 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boards. So we're not gonna do that. So let's get to her. All right, so I just measured everything. Everything is perfect. Square somehow. When I moved it back, it went completely straight back. I've checked the front measurement from the ends here and then the sides, and it did not move an inch, even a fraction. Okay, it probably even moved a fraction, but not enough that we got to worry about it. But all we got to do now is we're going to screw her back down, and then let's get her sealed back up. All right, well, we got all the front blocks in. I got to go run home about 20 minutes and 15-20 minutes, and then cut the blocks for the back. I measure each one of them was different. I'm not a builder. Very small differences, but just so I can just pound them in there easily. So I want them snug but not too tight where I can't get them in there, or loose where I got a huge gap to fill. So again, it's a deer blind, it's on a house, but we liked it to be nice and comfortable. So we'll be back here shortly. All right, we are back. We are back to the blind. And what I did is when I measured it, each one was just a little bit off. So I went as far as marking them what the actual size was, so that I know that which one goes in what void. So I'm not trying to force one into one that's not, and then the other ones aren't gonna fit. So we got that done, and also cut a board for here because I'm not a builder. I didn't run a 2x4 across here. I guess I could have, because I have enough scraps. Literally what I did with this was all scraps. I could have cut the vertical stud here, so that would get rid of this. But what we're gonna do is just run the board across here and screw it from the back side, and it'll seal that spot up there. But either way, let's get this done. All right, that is all. It's all put together. Now we're just gonna go through and seal them all. I got some of the good silicone, and then that gap filler, because we do got some gaps over here that we gotta fill up. All right, we got everything sealed up. There's some cracks and stuff from over time. You know, the plywood separating and whatnot. You know, the other thing too is, you know, you get up in here, it gets hot. Never a good place to put your coat or your backpack. So, you know, you just got to put a couple screws up here and there. Well, and that food plot's coming in really good. Wish we've had more rain, but I think we're gonna be fine. The really dark patch back there is that Brassica Blast. Just talked to a buddy that's got a tiller on the back of a tractor. Probably gonna till that up this week and throw some Brassica Blast down there, so that we have some more turnips down there. And then I'm gonna mow this again one more time, and then leave this area right alone. So, but let's get this all cleaned up, and we'll get out of here. It's a hunting blind.